Collective, and welcome to Tarot with Candy. I'm Candy Kelly, and I'm just about to sit down in tarot for this beautiful Sunday. Listen, I'm so glad that the temperature is rising a little bit and we're coming out of the deep freeze. I mean, it is only 25, but hey, it was 5 degrees last night. Amen. So we'll be thankful for the small wins. All right, so I hope everything is working out for you on this Sunday. I hope that you're well rested and protected. You feel safe, loved, and included. Okay, so I like to call on the Most High for permission to tarot, and I like to call on Archangel Michael for protection as we tarot through the underworld. Okay, let's get started. When I split the deck, there's something about a loss of money, the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. Page of Swords, some information coming about a big loss with money or a big loss in finance or stability, lifestyle, because it's a Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, or someone simply is not doing well financially. Some news is about. Let's see what's really going on. All right, so shuffle cards again. Split the deck. And we have a Knight of Swords rushing in with some information, because that sword that he's holding right up has gave him some information that's making him move fast. He heard about it, now he's taking off. That's the energy of someone has something to do with this money, this loss of money once again. The Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. So somebody's acting hastily or moving fast concerning a large amount of money. All right, let's go ahead and get into the tarot. Let's move this to the side and see what it is. All right, Spirit, what's the first card out? What is it that we need to see? Somebody's reckless with the Fool in the reverse. Somebody's doing something reckless, okay? They are not paying attention. They're not slowing down. They're not taking advice. They're not listening to their better judgment. This is the Fool in reverse. This person is really reckless, okay, at this time. Someone here is. In the collective, someone you know, or it could be you. Someone wants to rush. They don't feel like they have the time to wait. It could be considering the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. It could not only mean money, but it could mean your stability. We already know there's some information that's making someone move pretty fast, or in this case, they're moving too fast because they're reckless with the Fool in the reverse. All right. What is in the problem? What's going on in the problem area, Spirit? What's that about? What can you show us? They're in the Ten of Swords. They've hit rock bottom. That's what the problem is. I don't know if it has something to do with the loss of that money, but someone went through a painful ending, or someone got stabbed in the back. Either way, it is a complete ending. Not a fun place to be. And things are very chaotic with the Fool in the reverse because of this ending. On the bottom of the deck, it's a Five of Wands in the reverse. Someone was in competition with someone, or someone wanted to compete, basically, or quarrel over something, but they lost because it's in the reverse. So there were no competition to whatever it was that was going on. But this person did put up a fight, clearly. It's about this Ten of Pentacles that's lost. This inheritance, this wealth. Somebody mismanaged the money. They don't have it. It's in the negative balance. They owe. All of this is in the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. Again, it could be your stability, a loss of a home, a loss of a structure that you were once supported or financially secure. It's because of someone's long-term offer. With this Knight of Pentacles, someone is looking to make a long-term profit, investment, long-term plans, okay, with their money. So someone lost their money and someone has a coin to offer and they want to give it to someone, and that's what the quarrel is about. So essentially it's about money or some type of stability or some type of structures that are in place, you know, like a unit or, you know, like a marriage or like a church, community, family, something like that, okay? But more than likely it's going to be financial because we saw the Pentacles. So let's go on. Let's move on. Come on. All right, what's down in the subconscious? What's going on here, Spirit? Someone's very unhappy with the Nine of Cups in the reverse. This person is very unhappy. Things are not going their way. They may view someone, could be looking at this person, hit rock bottom with the Ten of Swords, lose their stability with the money, and they're moving reckless. It could be making someone unhappy, or this could just be the person that is going through that is very unhappy. Okay, so need to slow down here. We did see the Knight of Swords, and when I touch on these cards, it feels racy. You know, somebody's reckless and moving way too fast. Okay, it's creating not such a good thing right now. Or because they're going through some issues, if they were to slow down, in my opinion, I'm just saying, they may be able to make a better decision. But what's on the bottom? Yeah, they don't want to give up, whatever it is. It's a Knight of Wands in a reverse. This person keeps doing the same thing over and over. The definition to that, we already know. Okay, but that's the energy they're in. They don't want to stop. It's in the reverse. Or somebody's knees are buckling. And that's probably a fact too, because we have a Ten of Swords. Somebody's got a painful ending here. I'm surprised the Tower ain't out here. But hey, let's not talk it up. Let's just go with what we see. Okay? Yeah, they're in a nightmare. With this Nine of Swords, they can't sleep, they're worried. Okay, this is some type of real loss. This person is going in circles. And again, there's a need to slow down here so you get your thoughts together. Okay, that's what's going on here. It's a painful ending, and it created a lot of chaos. Okay, it left this person swirling, and again, they kind of don't know what to do. You see, like I said before, with the Fool in the reverse, you know, there's no wise counsel that this person would listen to. Could even be the case. Okay, they don't want to stop or take their stance, but it's not getting them anywhere. They're trying to hold on to their money. Okay, so it's about money. We have a Four of Pentacles, or their stability. It's in question here. Okay, that's what this is about. This reckless move. You know, this painful worry. This nightmare. Okay, this loss of money, stability. Some kind of ending here. Okay? This person really needs to get their bearings. But like I said, if they slow down a bit, which is funny because the Four of Pentacles is kind of rigid. It is like staying put, you know, despite us seeing the Knight of Wands, which means they are moving fast and they are moving reckless. But it's something that they're trying to hold on to, which is the very thing that could be getting them to the next level, if you will. You know, if they could just see the, you know, the benefit, or at least stop going in a circle. Okay? Because they're on a really treadmill, hamster wheel, if you will, and it's going fast, you know, with the Nine of Swords. You know, they just really need to, I don't know, take the time to just be still and listen for a minute. Okay? Let's move on. What was in the recent past, Spirit? What happened here? What was in the recent past? There was a group, the Three of Pentacles, okay? There was a group of people that were on the same page concerning a job, a promotion, a project. It had something to do with money because it is the Pentacles, okay? we knew we had a group that was on the same page. Somebody here was insincere though, with the Knight of Wands in the reverse. Someone could have been going to someone, maybe even asking for advice or to talk to someone, you know, but either that person that they went to was insincere in what they were telling them, or this person was lying. Okay, something was insincere here. It was fake or a love bomb, you know, because it's the Knight of Wands in the reverse. It could have even been some type of, you know, sexual flirtation in this group with this person. Okay, they're stuck in a drama with the Six of Swords in the reverse. Like I told you, they're on a wheel. Okay, because they can't see to let go, may clear the space for something new to move forward, because you're already in a painful ending. You're already in a financial problem. You know, you have this Four of this Fool in the reverse and the Nine of Swords. You know, you worry, you're confused, you know, all that's going on, and you kind of need to just slow down and take it easy, to be honest with you, you know. But you know your situation better than I do, you know, whoever I'm talking to in the collective. Okay, so that person's stuck in a drama and they're insincere, or they have been. Yeah, the Hangman in the reverse. This person don't want to stop doing what they think is best, even though it's not getting them anywhere. We saw the Nine of Wands in the reverse. This person is doubling down, okay? There's some information coming out about that too, all right? Some type of new information about somebody else's plans to move forward with the Three of Wands. So there is some type of plans here. Someone may have learned something about that, and it caused this person to, I don't know, go to a group and try to get the group on the same page with this Three of Pentacles here, right? But they were insincere, whatever they were telling them, okay? Or there was some type of lies in that group. Somebody was lying to somebody, okay? As an action or an intention, let's move on. Let's see here. What do we have as an action here, Spirit? It's a spoiled party, a Four of Wands in the reverse, divorce, separation, a loss of a home, loss of stability. The celebration is a no. Okay. And it's just going in line with all these cards that we've seen coming out. It's constantly telling us the same thing. There could be some type of loss. It could be a foreclosure, you know, some type of unexpected move. Okay. So that's not a good time. It's a burden. With the Ten of Wands in the reverse, this person is barely able to stay on their feet. In fact, they're not on their feet, because if they were, it would be a burden, but they could still carry the load. They can't carry this load no more, okay? Something has failed. It's a deficit somewhere, and they're in a nightmare because of it. All right, with the Nine of Swords, it's back. You know, it's clarifying this burden. Okay, it's clarifying this Four of Wands in the reverse, this Ten of Swords, painful ending, and this person is moving real reckless, okay? But there is a Master Manifestor here, so we do have an energy of someone who's able to make things come to fruition, all right? They're strong, and this person's out of control. Okay, so, but this Master Manifestor is around this reckless person, this Nine of Swords in the reverse, this Fool in the reverse. This person is reckless, okay? But there's an energy here that is in control and know what to do. This person doesn't want a cycle to end. They don't want to face this burden. They don't want a cycle to end. We saw that also in the Four of Pentacles. They're stuck. Again, there's a real need to slow down and look at your situation before you make any moves. It's a need here for that. What is in the near future, Spirit? What can you show us about this situation? There's a Queen of Swords. So we're going to have a feminine energy that's around this situation, who's just and fair. You're not going to be able to put one over on this person. She's very smart and intelligent. She sees the situation of what's going down. This could be the boss. This could be your mother. This could be your pastor. Okay, this could be your lawyer. But we do have a Queen of Swords in the near future. Okay, it could be you, you know, and she sees this turmoil that this person is in. It is a real problem here with this Knight of Swords. This person is scared. They're moving reckless. They're losing everything. I don't know if they're going to an attorney or they're going to someone that's a feminine energy for some type of question, some type of help or answers. Okay? And this is what this feminine energy is finding. An energy that is in a lot of mess here. Okay? But they're going to someone. And there's some type of sweet message here. They could be using a child. They're trying to make something sweet and innocent here, as a Page of Cups would be, either for this Queen of Swords, or there's some type of sweetness that they're trying to present themselves as. So in other words, they're trying to cover up this, and they're presenting this. But you see, this Queen of Swords is too smart. Like I said, you're not going to really able to get one over on her. Okay? Or they're crying. Okay? They're using a child, or they're childlike in their delivery. You know, whatever their strife is. It's, you know, it has more like a juvenile. It doesn't really matter your age. What I'm trying to say is it's, you know, like, well, you know, like, feel for me, you know, I'm just a innocent child in this situation, is how they would be coming to the feminine energy, Queen of Swords, in the near future, so to speak, if you can follow. Because they're stuck in the drama of the Six of Swords. Okay, so they want to say, they want to present this, you know, because look at my situation, right? You know, or don't see my situation. Whatever. They're going to this Queen of Swords, though. Okay? Again, it could be a pastor, a mother, a grandmother, a friend, someone of wise counsel, someone that they're looking to have answers to. You know, the Queen of Swords could represent that, you know. All right, let's move on. All right, so the lens this person's looking through. What is the lens, Spirit, and thank you. Yeah, they're stuck in the Six of Swords. That's the lens they're looking through. They know they have a problem. I don't know what this person has done, and I hope to God in this reading that it will come out. But it seems as if they've messed up quite a bit in their lives. Okay? No, we don't really have anybody out here but the Queen of Swords, and she's in the upright, so she's good to go. But she is around this situation. She knows the facts. Okay? And somebody's trying to go to her for help. It seems as if they could be going through a foreclosure. They definitely lost the money. And they're out here a little bit reckless. Okay? What's in the environment, Spirit? What's in the environment, and thank you. It's a Queen of Cups in the reverse. That's what's in the environment. Okay, so this person is emotionally manipulative. Okay, they're whiny, they're bratty, self-centered, wants people to feel sorry for them, emotionally stagnated, emotionally immature. And that's the thing I was telling you. With this Queen of Swords, and we saw the Page of Cups, this person, no matter their age, they're acting on a level that would be beneath what you would expect from a person at this part in their life, you know, with that Page of Cups. And that's what I'm getting. And so when we see this Queen of Cups in the reverse, this is exactly who we just saw, or the energy of the Page of Cups. You understand what I'm saying? This could be an adult. In fact, I'm pretty sure it is. But this person is acting way under their years, if you would, or position, you know. Anyway, so we have a Queen of Cups who's in the environment. That's our first karmic feminine energy right here. All right. What's in the hopes and fears, Spirit? Let's get these cards out, guys, and try to figure out what this is. What's in the hopes and fears? Oh, something about an offer. That's what this is all about. This person is definitely nervous. They're in a nightmare. They can't get their shit together. They want people to feel sorry for them. They're reckless. They won't take advice. They won't see things from a different perspective. And they damn sure don't want to let go. It's a loss in money. It's a loss in stability. It's a loss in finance. It's a loss in your peace. Okay? And it may have something to do with an energy that wants to do a long-term commitment. Okay? Again, this person's lost their pentacles. This one wants to give their pentacles. They want to plant a seed. And it's for long term. And this person is in anxiety about it. Okay? Their anxiety over this offer, over this opportunity, over this promise. You know, with the Knight of Pentacles, this is slow progress, very, very slow, but for sure. Because this person is going to make sure and they make the right move. His horse isn't even moving. That's how slow this is, but it's for sure. And it's stability. Yeah. Somebody's in a nightmare over there. So that's in the hopes and fears. I guess this person fears some type of long-term commitment here. This Queen of Cups in the reverse. You know, so let's get all the players on this board. Bottom of the deck is the moon. Yeah, they fear some type of commitment. They don't want that to happen. There's some type of lunacy even going on with the moon in the reverse. You know, this person could be breaking down. They're definitely scared. They're in a nightmare. You know, things are just not working out. Whatever their plans were, because it seems like they went to someone here in the past with this group, this Three of Pentacles, okay? They try to get these people on board, but whatever that breakdown was or whatever, we know it led to a Four of Wands. So anyway, so we have the moon at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, it's about this money. They lost this money. Somebody is in a deficit. They can't come up with this money. That's a lot of money with the Ten of Pentacles. It's in the reverse again. And someone doesn't want someone to see that. Now, I don't know if this Queen of Cups could be getting an offer from a magician. I'm sorry, from a, magician energy that we saw. Okay, so we could have someone here, again, who has all the cards, all the tools, and they're planning to do the right thing. Okay, that could be this energy here, right? But whatever, this Queen of Cups may not want this magician energy that's going to do this Nine of Pentacles long-term planning to know that they don't have the money, that they lost the money. Okay, but there's definitely a deficit here. Okay? And they're in a nightmare about that. Somebody might have messed up some money. You know, maybe, I mean, it could have led to a foreclosure, for God's sakes. You got a Four of Wands in the reverse. And it definitely was a painful ending with the Ten of Swords. That's what the problem is. This person is out here reckless. Oh, man. What is the outcome, Spirit? What is the outcome? What is this, Spirit? What is the outcomes? Yeah, they don't want to give up. Nine of Wands. They're going to keep doing the same shit. That's the truth. The Ace of Swords on the bottom of the deck. There's some time of clarity about this, about what's going on. Or because the truth is out here, this person is in a nightmare. They lost some money. They don't want someone to know. And they're making reckless moves, but guess what? It's only hurting them. because the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. That's what this is. That's the outcome. So they're still moving reckless. So Hierophant here, they're doing something unorthodox, or it could be because of a divorce, but there's something with the group here that's gone wrong. Okay, with the Hierophant in the reverse. There's something's going to be made fair here with this money. Okay? Or that's what they want to happen. Bottom on the deck is the truth, the Ace of Swords, some type of clarity coming about somebody's plans, positive plans to move forward. And that's going to make somebody take a loss with the Ace of Wands in the reverse. This is the loss of passion, spark, inspiration. There's no bright ideas. It's dull. Okay? That's because they're stuck. And they lost the money. The Ten of Pentacles is back. They have no ideas of how to get this money back. Okay? There's no imagination. There's no spark. There's no nothing to figure it out. And then we have an Emperor in the reverse. So we have a karmic male who's not a leader. He could be involved with this Queen of Cups in the reverse. And they both messed up the money. And they could be possibly losing their homes. But somebody's plans is going through. And I do believe it could be this Knight of Pentacles with this offer. And he's laid the groundwork and he's waiting for ships to come in. And there's some kind of truth out here, though, with this Ace of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Somebody lost some money. Some substantial amount of money. Wow. So, we know that's the case. Okay, so let's go in and try and, sorry about that, guys. I'm marking the camera. Put some faces to what's going on here. Okay. Let's try to put some faces. Let's find out a little bit more evidence about it. See what it could be, and then we'll try to put some faces to it. Because this person wears a mask, okay? Like I told you with that Nine of Wands in the reverse, that person was insincere when they came to this group. Somebody was lying, okay? And when this person tries to come to this Queen of Swords in the near future, they're lying. That's why you saw the Page of Cups. They're going to create or pretend, okay? It's got something to do with the gift, though. Why, Spirit? What's going on here? One more time. Has something to do with somebody caring for someone or family, or someone wanting to create this Knight of Pentacles long-term commitment and stability with the Three of Wands plans. All right, let's get into it. We have a Fool out here. Somebody's moving reckless with the Fool in the reverse. What's wrong? What's going on? It could manipulate somebody. The manipulation failed. Okay, because they can't manipulate. They have nothing here. They're moving reckless. The strategy failed. Manipulation failed. It's over. This Death card is a Ten of Swords. That's what the problem is. This energy can't manipulate. The strategy failed. And they're in a Ten of Swords because it's over or something ended. There's some type of evidence here about that. Like I said, there's an Ace of Swords. There's some type of truth or evidence out here that people can see. You have a Ten of Swords. Something is painfully over. Somebody got stabbed in the back or betrayed. Something went wrong here. Yeah, and they got injured. Stabbed in the back. Somebody's done that to someone. Or somebody feels injured because something's over. Or because something ended. Down in the subconscious, this person's in a Nine of Cups in the reverse. Somebody here is not happy. Okay? They're not happy because someone's a sweetheart. They're not happy because someone feels a certain way. We could be expecting a baby, a whole family issue here, right? And that makes someone unhappy because someone's being seen as a sweetheart. And that's probably where they want to put that long-term commitment. but it is here, and somebody's freaking out about it. Okay? Because they fucked up. Excuse me, because they messed up their money or some money. Okay? In the past, there was a Three of Pentacles, so there was a group. Ooh. Let's just flip these back over. What came out was this. Trying to do some type of manipulation. They were going to a group to help. They were trying to, you see, like I told you before, when we got to here to the Three of Pentacles, when they came to this group, they were on some bull. Because remember when we saw the Knight of Wands, I told you this person was being insincere. There was some type of lie. Either this group, somebody in this group lied, or that person was lying. They were trying to manipulate or use some type of energetic energy. Their strategy failed. Okay, so that's how it fell apart. Somebody here is on schedule, or they tried to stay on your schedule or the schedule. And there's some type of memories here that they don't want people to remember about. They're trying to mess up the way people remember something. Okay, with the memory in the reverse. They're trying to either add or subtract away from how it really went down, right? And it's not working. That strategy didn't work on these people. Okay? Somebody took a vow here. And I flipped the cards. There was a vow taken about this Four of Wands, unhappy home. Somebody took a vow to create an unhappy home, to create some type of commitment or confinements, right? They feel cursed, or they wanted to curse and create a happy home. I mean, to disrupt a happy home, they put a curse on it, right? Yeah, because they're in a fucking nightmare. Like, excuse me, they're in a nightmare. Like I said, with the Nine of Swords. Okay, that's why. And somebody here is trying to tell other people what to do. Okay, trying to tell them what to do. They took a vow to create this unhappy home and try to put a curse and create commitment or obstructions. Okay, that's what they're going to do in the near future. Okay. I mean, that's what they're going to do as an action or an intention. But in the near future, we have a Queen of Swords. Someone's coming to a divine feminine energy who's just. She's fair. This could be a lawyer. They could be coming to this person for help. This could be a tarot reader. They could be coming for this person for a reading. A judge. It could be fair counsel, a grandmother. Yeah, because this person don't live and learn. Okay? They need somebody like a Queen of Swords to put them in perspective, because they're moving way too fast and way too reckless. Okay? This person don't live and learn. All right? They're going to wise counsel. Yeah, a gift came out again. Something about this gift. Something about what they want. They're in a nightmare because they don't have this gift. Okay? Whatever that gift means to them. Okay? It could be the home. It could be the money. You know, whatever it is, they don't have it. And they're in a nightmare because they can see the adventure, right? They can't go. They're in a nightmare. They don't live and learn. They're going to someone about what they feel they should have, right? They feel like the adventure should be part of their story, right? But yet they won't live and learn, right? Okay, so they're going to wise counsel, and the Queen of Swords is saying, hey, this is what you need to do, but this person is totally ignoring them, and they're wearing a mask. So when they go to this Queen of Swords, it's more like they're the victim. You know, they could even be using a child. Again, we saw the Page of Cups, right? And they're talking about what somebody else got going on with the adventure card, because the Three of Wands, they've made the plans, remember? Okay? And it might have something to do with this long-term commitment that they're planning to do, but they're going to someone. And they're complaining, but they're not telling this Queen of Swords lawyer lady the truth. They're trying, or this family member, or this you know, your preacher or your counsel, whatever, they're making it seem more like they're the victim. Okay, all right. But here, the lens they're looking through, somebody's stuck in a drama with the Six of Swords. This person don't live and learn. They're in a nightmare. They won't do it different. They won't listen. They're stuck. And they feel cursed. Right? That's the lens they're looking through. And they know that they need to move different. They might want to apologize. You know, they're sad. They see shit ain't working out. It's something to do with this gift again. Okay, they want that. They want the adventure and they want the gift. They're stuck. They might want to apologize. You know, they feel cursed. They're in a loop, like the hamster wheel, like I was telling you with the Six of Swords. You know, it's this Queen of Cups in the reverse, and this person is emotionally manipulative. Okay, that's what they do. You know, and this could be an adult, but this is the type of and it's in the environment, guys, so everybody can see this. You know, so if you resonate with, you know, this situation, you know someone that's going through this, or even if it's you, you know, you can see this. People can see this person for who they are. Okay? And it could be some lunacy going on here too, because for my God's sakes, you know, they're in the Fool in the reverse and they're in the Nine of Swords. Okay? This could be a lot of crying, a lot of whining, a lot of foot stomping, slamming doors, you know, yelling. You know, this person wants their way, you know, but then yet there's nothing that they're bringing that solidifies or can help their situation, even if it is about a loss of money or a loss of a home, a foreclosure, a loss of a marriage or something like that. But this person isn't stepping up to the plate to do anything to make it move forward. They can only think of what they want to hold on to with the Four of Pentacles, but really it's what's getting in their way. You know, because if you step through the threshold, you know, who knows what's waiting for you or me, you know, but you have to come through the threshold. So we have a Queen of Swords in the reverse in the environment. Who's the spirit? What else can you tell us about this person? What's going on? They want to protest. Like I said, they're crying, they're cussing, they're yelling, they're stomping their feet. Because something is a good match. Somebody here has an alliance, a friendship. Okay? There's something going on there that this person doesn't like. But this person is on their goals because like I told you before, with this right here, this is long-term thinking. This isn't something you say, oh, I'm just going to jump on it overnight. Unlike this reckless person who's moving way too fast and won't slow down to think, this energy does think. Okay, goals, alliances, sticking to the plan. Okay, that's how they move. And that's why this person's in a nightmare. Okay, because they can't knock them off their square, whether that even be you, but they can't do it. You have Marionette in the reverse. You have the right in the reverse. They can't energetically do it either, right? They try to go to a group. Okay, now they're going to an older feminine energy. Okay, this could be friends, co-workers, family, whatever. Okay, but that's what they're doing in the environment because this person is too committed. And it could be the Queen of Swords because again, you know, with the swords, the king and the queen, they are not for it. Okay, you know, once they make their decision, you can't sway them or manipulate them or bribe them. You know, this is why they're a king and a queen. Okay, that they don't live by those measures, if you will. You know, so yeah, because you know what, this person has something that originated with them. You know, like I said, it takes a long time with the Knight of Pentacles. You know, it's like taking your seed, you plant it, you water it, you prune it. You know, it's yours. You know, you taking care. This person wants to pull focus from what this person's got going on. This Queen of Cups in the reverse, she wants to pull focus. I put her up right, but she was that way. But that's not going to happen, you know, because she's in a nightmare, for God's sakes. Strategy didn't work. So now what do you have? See, if you don't have anything to fall back on but manipulation, when it doesn't work, then what do? You spend all your time manipulating how to handle when life's changes and crises come, what to do, you know. I mean, we all can have these patterns, don't get me wrong. But I'm just saying you do have to take some kind of ownership when you find yourself in certain circumstances. That has to be solid. And nobody's going to do it for you. Anyway, the outcome is the Nine of Wands in the reverse. This person's doing the same thing. Like Einstein said, the definition of insanity with the moon, the Lucy. What is this, Spirit? What is this? What is this? Family. It could be about family. Okay? Conflict with this family. Conflict about family. This person is furious. They're in a conflict. Okay? And they're stressed out. In the Nine of Swords. But they won't stop. They want somebody to drink the Kool-Aid. Okay? With this conflict card and that family card, it could definitely be family, like I said before. But there is something sweet and innocent here. And this person has messed up either their stability or their money flow or something where they have to worry now about this with someone else. Or someone else having this long-term commitment and the stability of a family, of a happy family. Okay? So, these are the only two beautiful cards, yeah. And then Sweetheart down in the subconscious, yeah. This person is unhappy because somebody has this. Okay? I mean, the Nine of Cups in the reverse. Right? So this Queen of Cups has really did a number. Really did a number on herself, it looks like. There's some type of loss of money here. Let me try to see something here. Hold on, guys. Let me move my camera over a little bit. What else is going on here, Spirit? What else can you show us? Let's see here. What else is involved? What is involved here? What else is involved? What else? Yeah, loss. They lost the money. They lost the home. They're losing the home. They could have even lost their job. You know, there's definitely a substantial loss here. An angel could be here for protection. Someone here could have an angel or be seen as an angel, or their name could be Angel. No love. There's no love here. Despite it being, could be family involved. Someone is playing a lot of mind games. You know, you do have that marionette in the reverse. They want to play mind games. This person is triggered because they're in a Nine of Swords, freaking nightmare. They're so triggered. They could live in New York or something about New York. Or somebody could be traveling to New York or actually live in New York. This person could be false. It could be a false person around, or somebody could be telling lies to this group. Divine Feminine, Queen of Swords is in this as well. Somebody here is blessed. There's an angel, possibly on your side or on someone's side, and that person is blessed. It could be a love triangle involved. Something about a love triangle. There's some type of good vibes around being happy with the Sweetheart. Oh, and we also have you're protected. You did see Angel and you're blessed. You're protected. Don't worry. What else fell on the floor? And somebody's going to get a spiritual upgrade. Protection. I mean, somebody's trying to project their situation. Like I said, this is what this is. They're trying to project from a group. Could be a group. It has something to do with somebody's husband. Social media could be involved. And somebody's definitely giving someone the evil eye because they're very unhappy. Okay? And all of this could be going on in the morning with morning dew or something about the morning time when some of this information could be coming about or coming out. Okay? So that's it. That's all I got. I hope you enjoy your Sunday. I gotta go check on my homemade meatloaf. Delish. Peace.